Depending on who you talk to, Diddy's situation could be getting worse. There are people who believe that Diddy will walk free, and others believe that the evidence is too strong against him and that he'll probably spend the rest of his life in federal prison. And boy, what a difference 3 years make. Just 3 years ago, Diddy was suing Diageo with his part ownership in De Leon Tequila, and now he's lost it all. REVOLT had to be sold and everything else, and now Diddy's career is in shambles. But things are getting worse. Diddy's beef with 50 Cent continues to become even more strained, although it seems to be a one-sided beef. Rewind! In the late 2000s, Diddy became the first hip-hop individual to sign a partnership with an alcohol brand, which was Ciroc. Now, Diddy did not own Ciroc, but Diddy became the brand ambassador for Ciroc and I believe the chief marketing officer. In the partnership for Ciroc, which became a mid to high level vodka offering, he split the profits 50-50, and other people started to take notice when everybody started drinking Ciroc. I mean, Ciroc is even popular here in Africa, and that is largely because of Diddy. Fast forward! Shortly after that, 50 Cent signed a deal with Effin' Vodka. Now, remember, Effin' Vodka is nowhere near the powerhouse of Diageo, but the terms of the contract were similar. 50 Cent would actually split 50% of all profitabilities in vodka sales. That put him in direct competition with Sean Combs and Ciroc.
Is that kind of why you was going hard on him the last couple years? Is it because of the liquor situation? Because, to be honest, since the situation he's in now, it's kind of like you fell back on him. Was this all over the liquor, or you just said?
Well, most of that was motivation. That was competing,
right?
For with brands, and they was ahead of me,
right?
Because he had been working on Ciroc and stuff like that, and then integrating it into our culture with Coco Loso and different things with different people, connected to it. So, yeah, that's what that was.
Now, here's something else to consider. Now, this is not the only thing that put 50 Cent in turmoil with Diddy. Now, from what I understand, Diddy never really had any issues with 50 Cent and would offer to take 50 Cent shopping, which 50 never agreed to. But there is something else that happened between 50 and Diddy.
I haven't had issues with Puff. I don't like him like that. Like, I don't like things that he would do and make me uncomfortable.
So we're speaking on Diddy. We're speaking on Puff.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't have that thing where, we ain't had no thing. I wasn't sending nothing at him, big. If it was on the street side like that, we would be actively doing things to each other.
Right.
And we wasn't doing it.
According to 50 Cent, Diddy was just shady, and he took advantage of people, and he used people. So not only did 50 Cent see him as a competitor in the industry, he saw him as a slimy business person and an individual that he could never trust. Even though Diddy didn't do anything negative to 50 Cent, but to the people that 50 Cent cared about and respected, Diddy was always doing crazy stuff and disrespecting people. And that put a battery in the back of 50 Cent to destroy Diddy forever. Fast forward! As we know, Diddy is now on trial and fighting for his life. And all of his buddies, especially the ones in the Democratic Party, have ultimately turned their back on Diddy. And Donald Trump, who was a close friend or at least an associate of Diddy, being they're both from New York, was asked about possibly pardoning Diddy.
Back when you hosted The Apprentice, you mentioned once in 2012 that Diddy was a good friend of yours back then. He has since found himself in some very serious legal trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you ever consider pardoning him?
Well, nobody's asked. You had to be the one to ask, Peter, but nobody's asked. But I know people are thinking about it. I know they're thinking about it. I think some people have been very close to asking. First of all, I'd look at what's happening, and I haven't been watching it too closely, although it's certainly getting a lot of coverage. I haven't seen him. I haven't spoken to him in years. He used to really like me a lot, but I think when I ran for politics, that relationship busted up from what I read. I don't know. He didn't tell me that, but I'd read some little bit nasty statements in the paper all of a sudden. It's different. You become a much different person when you run for politics and you do what's right. I could do other things, and I'm sure he'd like me, and I'm sure other people would like me, but it wouldn't be as good for our country. As we said, our country's doing really well because of what we're doing. So it's not a popularity contest. So I don't know. I would certainly look at the facts. If I think somebody was mistreated, whether they like me or don't like me, it wouldn't have any impact on me.
Mr. President,
Now, Trump says, there have been some things about Diddy that, I've heard negative things. And since I've been the president, I've noticed that these things have come about. But, I would see if it benefited the person, if I would actually do it, it wouldn't matter to me as long as it was right or wrong or it was for the right person. It's just too bad that 50 Cent got a hold of this information. And what did we see 50 Cent do? 50 Cent replayed 2 of the clips that Diddy made dissing Trump.
If Trump gets elected, I really do believe in my heart there'll be a race war. That's why this message is not just to black people. You know what I'm saying? This message is to everybody. This man is really trying to turn us against each other and put us in a situation. America messed up.
And then this one.
White men like Trump need to be banished.
Then after this, 50 Cent's post. Well, can't ask him for help then, buddy. LOL. Now, people believe that 50 Cent is just putting the dagger in the coffin. And it is petty of 50 Cent to do this since it seems like Diddy's already done and can be of no danger to him. But there's a reason why 50 Cent is doing this. Number one, it keeps him hot and it keeps people talking about Branson Cognac and the other things he tags in his post. It's literally free advertising and free marketing. He really doesn't have an issue with Diddy. It's just that he doesn't really like Diddy. And this is a way to, just get free stuff and free advertising and free mentions to do what he needs to do. But on the other hand, Donald Trump has every reason to pardon Diddy. Why is that? You see, everybody is against Diddy right now. A lot of black people, especially women, okay? We understand that a lot of people have turned their backs on Diddy, especially the people he used to be around. Now, if you can look at what's been happening lately, look at what happened with NBA YoungBoy, and look at what happened with Larry Hoover, Donald Trump has decided to pardon both of these guys. And Diddy wouldn't be out of the question. Again, look at what Republicans are trying to do with Tory Lane. This is another way of trying to get the black vote. And now look at Donald Trump. If he pardons Diddy, it doesn't matter. His term is over anyway. And Trump really would not care who would run after him. It doesn't matter. But it would put the battery in the back of the black community to say, wait a minute. Well, these guys are actually kind of for us. So they're trying to help us out, and it doesn't cost the Republican Party anything to pardon Diddy. It doesn't cost the Republican Party anything to pardon Larry Hoover. It didn't cost the Republican Party anything to pardon NBA YoungBoy. And now these are people who will speak on behalf of Trump in the future. It's going to say that, listen, hey, we know you guys think that we're racist Republicans, but we can look past it and see if you are being treated unjustly and unfairly, especially in a Democratic state like New York, where probably some of these federal charges will be filed in other places. But hey, this is a good opportunity for the black community and other people to realize that, hey, we actually got you guys back, and the people you've been voting for all these years don't really care. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell. We're out.